Welcome to the Good Talk, our recap and Q&A show where we go over the marathon we just played and answer your questions. And what a marathon, y'all.
It was epic.
This was 24, 25 hours, probably by the time this ends.
Oh my gosh.
25, 26 hours, we'll have to see, of streaming that we did in the last 2 days. It was unbelievable. The very first day, we painted an entire army of Mega Gargants, in addition to lots of other little things. And today, we played 3 back-to-back games. Ooh. Adrian and I this morning with kind of some pretty hard-hitting armies, the Dark Angels and the White Scars. Really good one. You should check that out. And then we had the debut of the Mega Gargants. That's right. Bridger finally got his Giants. And Zach actually got to play the Stormcast and his very first Age of Sigmar game. So if you too are learning Age of Sigmar, we actually walked through a lot of the rules and learned them ourselves as we went. And our very last game, which we just finished, was a Maelstrom extravaganza with the Tau against the Blood Angels. And this was the first time we had Brett playing his Tau army, which is like what he's known for too.
Exactly.
And we had a very different Blood Angels army. Jonathan really dug deep for like very different stuff. I think the army started with 0 CP. One CP.
One full CP.
This is a pretty amazing army. So much cool stuff to talk about. But we've got a few questions. And frankly, we got to get through them. We've been here for a long time. So I feel like there's a lot of things we could chat about, but maybe we should just start hitting these questions. What do y'all think?
Let's do this. Let's invite some more people to answer our questions, shall we?
Let's do it.
It's Mega Q&A.
Oh my God.
That's right. This is the entire Titans crew.
Woof. All right.
Wow.
Shall we get started?
Great job this weekend, guys.
That was amazing.
Y'all did it.
I'm so tired.
We did it.
All right, let's kick this off. So first of all, thank you, Parker. Hey, Titans, what tools does a demon army have to compete? We did talk about
we
this
just did this one.
Look, Bridger told me to start with this one.
I did.
He made me do a Bridger.
Set him up for failure.
Yeah, that's
wow. All right, but honestly, thank you, Parker.
That's the right spirit to start a Q&A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
We
troll.
know what we're doing.
Ready for bed.
I just transferred the highlight from one computer.
It's perfect.
So thank you, Rhetoric the Entertainer. Hey guys, got any advice about streaming tabletops? Run a D&D game with my Warhammer minis. Any tips to keep my board looking crispy on stream? Good question.
There's a lot of things to think about here. Lighting is the key with most of this stuff that you would want to think about. And lighting actually is harder than you think, not creating shadows.
Yeah.
And also not creating like a lot of glare and things like that. I think that's a really tricky problem.
That's something we definitely had to kind of figure out when we were doing Magic, was the glare. That we don't get that really in
We do with the
miniatures.
dice.
With the dice, that's true, yeah. And so we have very specific dice, and we got our custom ones made in the end. We only use the white ones because the glare doesn't matter, it just goes to white.
Right.
So finding ways of mitigating that are super important, and having lighting from many different angles. It's not so much that the lighting needs to be fancy or expensive, but you do need a decent amount of quantity of them.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that they're all same type of color or light bulb. So we have ones that are adjustable, but you can also do this in a more low-tech way where you're just making sure it's the exact same type of bulb that you're using. And that really, making sure everything's well lit is one of the toughest things to do. That's really, really important.
Yeah.
I'd say add one other thing. If these are not just like you're playing D&D with your friends on a live chat, like that's one thing. But if you're streaming a game with your friends for other people to watch as entertainment value, I think one thing that we've learned is that the game itself is certainly the reason people watch your show, but it's all about the players, the people who are playing the game. That's like where the entertainment value comes from. And so don't just have a top down of your table with your minis. Make sure you have cameras on the players' faces.
Especially with D&D, the models move so infrequently.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You want to have emotion.
It's about the people.
Faces.
Which is what you see in most of those real play kind of D&D shows. It's on the people, and they're very rarely cutting to the board, if they even have a board, which most of them don't. But like Critical Role and stuff has a board. I thought about doing D&D for a while, and I actually really love D&D minis. Right behind Jonathan, this massive collection of D&D minis.
There's so many, guys.
I love D&D and creating nice boards and things like that. Just like Warhammer, though, the details are so fine, so you need to get the camera right up close to really appreciate any of that stuff. So,
at least if you're using Warhammer minis, and if you have as much as we do, you'll at least keep the game fresh with new models.
That's true.
Very true.
All the time.
Listen, just win a bunch of Warhammer tournaments and trade in your rewards for for D&D minis. That's how you get a
worst.
huge collection.
Every time Brian would win like a tournament, I'd be like, "What are you gonna get? What are you gonna spend all your prize winnings on?" And he'd be like, "I'm gonna get all of these D&D like random blisters and stuff."
Random,
right?
they're blind packs.
And everyone's just like,
So I'm just like, oh, Kobold, sweet.
Either that or board games for your daughter.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. That's another common one.
Yeah.
Just go to the bottom of live chat.
Yeah. What's up, chat? Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Esteban. What's a good tanky army for AOS that's fun to learn to play the game with and fun to paint?
Oh, so many options here.
Mega Gargants?
Mega Gargants.
Yeah.
At least it seemed like they were super
Yeah.
tanky.
They're pretty tanky.
With the new command abilities, being able to like double down on all these defensive things that before you just didn't have, right?
Although I will say, when they get roared by a monster, it hurts.
That sucked.
Because like
that
you
sucked.
can't top profile,
Yeah.
and you can't +1 save. What do you do?
Well, you know what you know how you can +1 save?
Mystic Shield.
You can make one a wizard, which you
Well,
couldn't
this is
do
what
before.
this is what
Mystic
Bridger
Shield.
did. He Mystic Shield, but then he also had that gem or whatever for the 5-up Feel No Pain, which is bonkers on a 35 wound model. It's absolutely crazy, and the fact that you can heal wounds also in the new edition, they're pretty
Yeah.
tanky. But the suggestion that I was going to put forward wasn't Mega Gargants. It was going to be why am I blanking?
Cerebon.
No, the Berserker orcs. What are they called? Why am I
Iron
blanking?
Jaws.
No, not. Oh wow. I'm just
Cyber
saying
Dwarfs.
words
Bone
that don't mean.
Splitters.
Okay, let me reset. It's been a
Berserker
long
orc.
day. The Berserker dwarves. I said orcs.
Fire
Fire
Slayers.
Slayers.
Fire Slayers. Sorry.
They're tanky in a really weird way, though.
But
In
they
an
are super
unconventional,
tanky.
Strange way.
They are.
They're
yeah.
tanky for dudes who are just in loincloths.
They're tanky
it's true.
through strange combinations of buffs. If you just took the average, like, list
Yeah.
of a person who didn't know how to play competitively, they're not tanky at all.
But you take
They
like
just
those
die
Hearthguard Berserkers and you get their buffs up and they're downright
You
invincible.
stack buffs on them.
And not only that, but they're really cool to paint, I think.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
So there's some ideas. Thank you, XW Requiem. Never played AOS, so loving seeing Zach learning and everyone supporting him. Feels like we're learning together. Brave to learn on stream. Mad props.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did well. Good.
Hello.
I think you just talk. There's like mics between you.
Okay, yeah, it was super fun. Thank you guys for patience with me. Bridger has been kind of going over rules with me all week, and I'm constantly telling him, Bridger, I'm not going to remember this minute rule.
And he was right.
But Zach, but this Gargant does this, and this Gargant does that, and I can use this command ability, but Zach.
Yeah, I think actually it seems like maybe it's an easier game than learning like a ninth ed, jumping into like a ninth ed.
I think that's
codex.
definitely true.
Yeah.
But it does have the one issue that 40K sometimes has, which is that rules are all over the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing in my heart. Other than that, super fun. I'm excited to get into it. Bridger and I have been blabbing a lot about it, doing lots of ogres.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be like very destruction heavy.
Destruction
around here, 'cause
is the
Adrian
best
has
faction.
All the orcs.
I'm very order. I play
Goblins.
the order factions.
So
I
order.
like the order factions too. I love the order factions.
What are the fire
Yeah.
slayers or the order?
I'm
Their
going
order.
for it, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah. But thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed. It was great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you did really great, honestly.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Impressed, 'cause that was a lot to try to kind of throw onto you. Thank you, Cody. I got done seasoning a bunch of meat. Excellent. The bowl has some ground beef. Is this about ogres?
No, keep
Beef scraps stuck to it. When I rinse it, can the residue go in the garbage disposal?
That definitely.
No.
I think that's a great fit.
No, the one thing I learned in researching this, grease. Never put grease down the garbage disposal because that
true.
will clog it.
What?
Ground
Oh, you
beef,
mean like
it's okay.
like bacon
Any
grease?
grease from anything.
We're not talking about an entire
No.
runoff of grease.
Yeah.
We're talking about
This is
some
different.
bits from lean. I'm going to say it's lean ground beef.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not a problem.
Absolutely, that can go
Totally
down.
Yeah.
Fine.
I think that is appropriate.
Yeah,
In
you
fact,
should
I would
not
argue
pour-
that this is what garbage disposal
This is the intended purpose.
Exactly.
Where it's like, here's some like random little gun
You're inverted.
of food.
Bridger's inverted. Bridger's like, take your garbage can instead of taking it outside, dump it in your sink, and then grind it up. This is Bridger's.
That's totally fine.
But then he's like 3 little chunks of lean ground beef. I'm pretty sure that has
Not
grease in
even
it,
chunks,
bro.
Like,
Yeah.
just random little
This
bits.
was research too. He did
Yeah.
research.
Yeah.
This is one of the very few things you're not allowed to put in the
Grease,
garbage
but
disposal.
there's a hack for grease as well.
There
which
is,
you
true.
just put a ton of like hot water down there with it and detergent.
Well,
It's still not.
pushes
it still
the problem
sits in your pipes,
farther
though.
down the line.
It's gonna cool down, my friend.
If if you're owning or renting a home, don't do that. If you're in an apartment,
If you push it down far enough,
not your problem.
Not my problem.
This is society here. We're not
Wow.
orcs.
This is why we can't have
Altruism
nice
is
things.
truly dead. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a destruction player.
This is
That's right.
carryover from some long discussions during the paint stream. So check it out. Got some deep cuts right there for you.
Yeah, half of the paint stream was about what you could do with the garbage disposal.
We learned a lot of life lessons yesterday.
I
At
learned
least Bridget
nothing.
did.
Yeah, I learned no lessons.
All right.
Richard learned no lessons.
Richard
No
never
lessons
learns
were
any
learned.
lessons.
No lessons learned. He keeps getting away with it. Thank you, Roger Blake. Brian, are you taking any of your armies with you to the Bahamas? I can't picture you not playing for a few years, but I know your armies became studio armies. Either way,
yeah.
good luck.
No, I'm not. I'm not taking any of my painted armies with me, but I'll be going to a lot of events. And basically, what's happening is I'm just banking on someone from here going to each one of those events.
I'm waiting for this.
And then have to be like,
There you go.
hey, you want to pack up that army for me?
There it is.
Or I'll have it actually like packed up and shipped potentially if I need it for an event, and really no one can make it out. That's another thing.
I'm gonna pack and ship it.
Yeah.
You. It's you.
You full-time employee.
It's definitely you. So that's what's generally happening because they're going to be used here. But it's not that I'm not going to play for a couple years. I'm going to be playing in what appears to be an event a month, right, somewhere in the world, and I'll be back here regularly to playing our own events and special things.
Naturally.
So I'll still be playing quite a bit. But I also have huge amounts. I don't know how much. Maybe 25,000 points worth of unpainted new in box I've taken with me to the Bahamas. So when I do roll back up, it'll be with new armies.
Unload a whole bunch.
It'll be with new armies.
What's
So
the first project?
Ooh, good question.
it's the Lumineth Realm Lords. Is the first full project, and then it'll be back onto some couple Chaos projects, and maybe I'll split some Orcs, and depending on when the Orc kits come out, I'll do a bit of them. That's not entirely true. I actually also have about 600-700 points of AdMech.
Oh yeah.
That I have to add on to my existing AdMech army, so I just got those as well. Because AdMech might be what I play competitively for a few months, and then I might experiment with Orcs and things like that. So we'll see. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jordan. Hey guys, can I get a shout out for my buddy Jacob at figure.art.out. He's a commission painter. Any tips for him to increase commissions? Cheers, guys.
Well,
Sorry,
yeah.
My eyes are drying up.
Yeah, it's very small text.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Jacob. Check him out.
Hey, what's up, Jacob? Check out his work. He does great stuff.
Yeah, commission
Never
painting
seen
is,
it.
as you know, it's a hard gig,
It's
right?
a real tough gig.
Yeah.
You know what I'll say? When you're starting out, so commission painting is a very intimate process.
Yeah.
And for a number of reasons, one of the big ones is obviously you have someone that's giving you a bunch of product that inherently just is easy to resell and has a bunch of value. It's very expensive. Here's like $500 worth of plastic, and you kind of have to trust them for that. You're also kind of being trusted with their vision, their dream. So there's a lot of kind of things that need to happen there, and so people are really reticent to trust a stranger. Naturally, that's good life lesson, Bridger. But it's really it can be really good to just kind of go by not word of mouth, but like directly just telling people, being like, hey, I do this. Let people know, because people are always looking to get stuff painted.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will get stuff commissioned even if they don't realize they wanted it, but they just they think it might be daunting. They don't know anyone that's willing to do it, and they're like, oh, you do that? You know what? I trust you. I'm willing to do that. And that was a lot of my painting when I got started was just through people that I knew, doing it for friends and things like that. So don't go around being a salesman, but at the same time, let people know that you're looking to do work. And that's what I would say.
Instagram all the time.
Instagram, totally.
Yeah, surprisingly, one of the things I've seen get really popular, which seems like a pretty kind of no-brainer, is eBay. People will post up a picture of an army that you can buy, but it's actually not built. You you buy it on eBay, and then it's actually a commission, and eBay just becomes like a front end in e-commerce for it. But you have to have at least done it once to have the picture of this is how I do it. Totally. Or you paint up a small bit, here's 500 points, and you sell it. And I can see this thing, it's sell a squad at a fairly reasonable rate, and then let that person know that you're free to commission more of that. There's little hacks like that you can come up with, and they already have models in hand. It's wow, this is great. Yeah, I'd like to add more to this army. And you already have a transactional relationship with these people. That seemed like a really good, one of the many really good ins. But one thing I will suggest, I've worked as a freelancer for a long time in my life. You have, I'm sure many of us have. It's better to take no project than a bad project. as a freelancer. And as a commission painter, the horror stories of things going wrong can be really quite bad.
That's really good advice.
And if you have a bad client or if you have a bad feeling about them, you can easily be put off it for good with just one bad client. So don't put yourself in a position where your commission painting is something that you need to make your main job until you have a steady stream of really good clients. And you can afford to say no to the people who aren't going to be a good client. And I can't really give you a metric here, but my guess is probably about a third of the commissions you get offered, you probably want to say no to. Because it's not the right price or the right timeline, or you think the person and you might not see eye to eye on the end-to-end quality or whatever else. And as much as they need to trust you, you really need to trust them.
Absolutely.
And so be careful. Don't rush into it.
Great advice. All right. Thank you, Vincent. Back from my 12 hours trip, excited to catch up with the marathon.
We're back from our 12-hour trip too today.
Are we?
Still here?
Oh my
We're
gosh.
still tripping.
Yeah,
Still tripping.
that's right.
Thanks, Damon it. John, you're the anime nerd here.
Oh boy.
Thoughts on Tokyo Revengers? Brett stumbling on Tau. Why should I drop every other army right now and focus on them? All right, first things first. I'm a realist, but also, John, Tokyo Revengers.
Dude, I don't know what Tokyo Revengers is.
Me neither, but it sounds amazing.
That's not good.
Oh,
yeah.
you've been outed.
I've
been outed.
He's a poser.
It must be a new.
John's a poser.
It must be
Poser.
a new season
you
or
know-
a new anime.
You know what
Google
it
it
is?
It's going to be like 30 years old.
I know.
All right, well,
You don't know what it is
I'll
either.
Google it,
fill
guys.
time while
Show me
you
the
guys
picture.
Google.
Yeah.
This is a new
Why
one.
should
So I have a great answer
Why?
to this question because Tau are terrible right now. And so what you don't want to do is you don't want to be buying AdMech and buying Drukhari right now because A, you can't find any of it in stores, and B, by the time you buy it, find it, buy it, build it, paint it, there's gonna be 3 new other codexes out, and they're gonna have 3 facts that have toned everything down back to being much more reasonable, and you'll be 4 months too late. So absolutely, if you want a fun army to build and paint, do it now when you're building and painting it for the cool models that you like, and then when the new codex drops, it'll almost certainly line up great with your new hobby project, and you'll have a freshly painted army that you can with now fresh rules being released. And
It's fun to have the army when the rules come out.
the rules come
not
out.
start it
Exactly.
necessarily, yeah.
Exactly. And then you can sort of ride that wave of yeah, they're amazing, they're brand new, I'm super excited to play them.
Everyone hates my army.
Everyone hates my army. Hopefully not that, but it can be really hard as wanting to start an orc army today because you can't buy any orc models today. Good luck.
John, it
Awesome.
came out in April. That's 2 months ago.
that's a while. Yeah, this is a pretty.
You could have binged this whole thing by
3
now.
months
know,
ago.
right?
You could have watched this whole thing.
Listen, he'll go home and watch it.
I
We'll
know.
get back to
Right
you.
now.
Yeah,
have
I'm
homework
literally.
He's watching it right
He's
now.
watching it.
I think
He's
The-
matrixing it.
4x speed.
the first thing that catches me with anime, I don't
can
know
watch
about you
anime.
guys or with any animated series, is the art style, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if it's too outlandish, I don't know if you guys know JoJo's.
Yeah.
You don't
it's
like
a
JoJo,
little,
thing?
It's a little kind of off-putting, right? The art style, it's kind
No.
of a little too much for me. But the Tokyo Revengers looks pretty crisp. Looks well done.
All right.
It's fine.
Well,
It's fine.
Yeah, he's picky with his
it's got a new fan.
I just thought it was funny. He was looking for confirmation. You can not like something, and we can like something. That's
Yeah.
fine.
And I was like,
He's
no,
like, it's
you have to
off-putting,
like
right?
it.
It's off-putting, right? I don't know.
No, JoJo specifically, a lot of people
It's
love
very
it.
particular,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the other half absolutely cannot get on board.
Yeah, it's opinionated.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. Thanks, Badger Mead. Hey guys, what would be your opinion on a Seer Council model for Craftworld similar to St. Catherine, putting out
Ooh.
buffs at long range, etc.? Feels like Eldar Psyker stuff just doesn't reflect them at all.
Oh, that's such a cool idea.
That's amazing. I
Right?
love that. That's way cooler than Conclave and stuff, because Conclave has
Yeah.
been so clunky in the way that they
Yeah.
designed it. So they can
weird.
make a gorgeous model of them
There's so
zipping
much
through.
potential, yeah. Or maybe a Seer Council type of thing going
Yeah.
on, but that might be kind of weird.
No, I'm into it.
I'm really into it.
Yeah.
I think that would
Like
be
a
a brilliant
Farseer and a
Oh,
bunch
if
of
you had a Farseer
warlocks?
and Warlocks all
Yeah.
together,
on one base.
and
one
it could
thing.
do all the powers.
Yeah.
Something like
The
that.
That is
Army
literally
needs-
what they're proposing.
The Army needs some serious AOS import, like magic.
Yeah.
Like swirls. I want to see swirls of magic.
Do you want spell effects? You want models that are like walls of fire?
do.
Like
Actually, I do
circles
want
Yo,
of
Yes.
we actually all want that.
Absolutely.
So endless spells.
Non-endless
endless
spells.
spells.
We all want endless spells. I think you remember when Psychic Awakening was first announced, everyone was like, it must mean endless
Yeah,
spells.
yeah,
And I was like, I knew it wasn't, but I was kind of into that. Like I really wish it was.
Yeah, it must be an endless spell.
Must be endless
Pretty
spells.
cool.
Yeah, but I really think that would have been a cool idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Tevon. Hey, Titans. When do we get to see a thematic 2v2 on the channel? I'm seeing John and Adrian running Drakari and Harlequins. Okay. Against Brian and Bridger's Salamanders and Custodians.
Oh, that's a good match.
Awesome.
That'd be fun.
That's actually really cool.
I
Let's.
would love to see a narrative 2v2.
That'd be sick.
Let's do it.
That'd be really amazing.
Well, we've proven we have enough mics now to do it. That was one of the things we used to say.
2v2.
No producer.
That was one of the things we used to say. Hold us back.
Bridger's like, wait.
I don't know if you did the math on that, bro.
We're one mic short, I know.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We're still somehow here, all on camera.
Oh, so I would just talk into you.
Yeah.
During the game.
Correct.
Oh, we should play. So it's like two-headed giant, but we actually the two teams they have to wear the same shirt.
Yeah.
That has one lavalier, and you're just like attached. And you're like, come over
Totally.
here. And you have one arm each.
We could also just rotate producers.
Never.
Yeah, I guess.
We would destroy all the balls.
Oh God. I love it. Thank you very much. Thanks, Lewis. Hello from Manchester, UK. My first two 40k armies battling it out. Oh, awesome. This was
nice.
at 5, so the last game.
Yep.
Cool. Enjoy, fellas. Question for John. I'm playing 1,000 points Blood Angels versus a tank-heavy guard tomorrow.
Ooh.
What's BA's reliable tank killers?
Yeah, it's difficult. In ranged?
Yeah. it's
Or
tough.
Or no, in general.
general.
in
they
general. Oh, I mean, that's an easy. I mean, I like the Death Company with hammers.
Yes.
I think that's the best way.
Plus one to wound is amazing.
Yeah, +1 to wound. You'll wound a lot of tanks on sometimes 3s, and then goes to 2s. So it's great.
yeah, that's a great point. And you also like plasma scepters too. As
Yeah, I was going to say, Inceptors,
they have
if
that.
I have to shoot at something like a tank.
It's Jonathan's
Inceptors.
favorite unit to give away turn 1.
Yeah, just don't let it die turn 1, guys.
I forget how long did they survive today?
Turn 3.
Oh, that is what you
It's
promised.
an improvement.
That's because they didn't have plasma. If you had paid an extra 60
does it
points
count?
per model,
Does it
you
count,
would have thrown
chat?
them away at turn 1.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's see what chat thinks. Does that count?
John is also a connoisseur of touching the butt, which is a great way to deal with tanks.
Yeah. It's a Drukari
Yes.
I'm not sure what
That
what
is
that
a
means.
40k term. Touching the butt.
It is. I use that in tournaments, actually.
You get in combat with tanks. It's just.
Well, a lot of guard
call it.
tanks
Call it
have
touching the butt.
a lot of guard tanks have blast, and so they really don't have an answer to being touched.
Right.
And so that's
Not
it.
sure
He's
what
a great-
butts have to do with
He's
that.
a great
though.
It's
connoisseur.
just what it's called.
You really want to tag the back of the tank because that's not where the you know that's not where the gun.
Weaker armor.
That's just
Yeah.
not where the
He
gun.
has armor 10
Yeah.
instead
That's right.
of armor 14.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I get it now.
You're like, he's a great connoisseur of touching butts and also tagging tanks. All right. Thanks, 95 Ginger Rage. This is Sisters, of course, right? Sisters are built. This was 4,500 points of Sisters, if I recall.
You skipped one. We'll come back.
We'll come back to you, Ty. We got you. Sisters are built and primed. Now, as I paint them, it is time to think about the next army.
Yes, it is. That's exactly how it works.
It's 100%.
Feed the addiction.
I already have Dark Angels, Grey Knights, air conditioners,
Assassin's Creeds.
Just custodies?
Custodies, Imperial Knights, Thousand Suns, and of course, Sisters. Any suggestions? Titans, it was a great weekend hanging out. Thanks so much.
Where's the
We need
Xenos
some
at?
aliens.
Yeah, where's the aliens? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
get
need
some
a
Xenos. Ooh.
Eldar.
No, I'm going for. I'm in the mood for some Harlequins.
Some Harlequins?
Yeah, there you go.
He's got so many armies. It's time to pick something kind of off the
Off the
path.
cuff, yeah.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
They're almost all Imperial. Thousand Suns is the only non-Imperial.
no, it should be Xenos. But he's saying Harlequins.
No, I'm just saying they're almost all Imperial. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
They're almost
He's
all
agreeing.
Imperial.
Yeah.
He's agreeing.
I'm agreeing.
All right, Harlequins.
Yeah, I think the Harlequins, and it's actually you just finished painting Sisters, so you're up for the
Oh
challenge.
my gosh, you're so mean. You're so mean. Awesome. Well, thanks, Ginger, and congrats. That was the big kind of endeavor going out throughout our weekend, which was kind of cool to follow. All right, Ty, we got you. Thank you, Ty. Brian, you'll be missed, but clearly things will be in good hands. What deep cut Space Marine units do you think aren't given enough credit?
Deep cut. Okay.
Who wants a hot take?
A deep cut.
We'll ask you in a second, Zach.
The problem is there's so many The Space Marine units are generally used, but okay. I like to give credit to the Ironclad Dreadnought. You almost never see the Ironclad Dreadnought. And as far as Dreadnoughts go, he's actually really great. He's T8 and he fights really well.
You
And
missed a great opportunity here.
okay. Hit
You
me.
didn't say the Fire Raptor.
I think it gets lots of credit.
And I'm a deep cut.
Around here,
Definitely a deep cut.
around here, no. So the Fire Raptor is cool, but around here the Fire Raptor gets a lot of talk. But no, I think another one I've talked about a lot here is the Sakaran Punisher, and I think that tank is no joke, actually really good.
Yeah.
And every time we bring it, we're like, this will be a fun addition, and then he just murders.
Goes off.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool, amazing vehicle that, when you're trying to find a battle tank to add to your army, you're like, oh, there's Predators, oh, there's Gladiators. No, it's the Sakaran. It is the actual battle tank that I would take over any other. So really good. Those are my 2 picks.
It also has like a scale that fits with Primaris,
Sure.
whereas Predators, Rhinos...
Yeah, they feel a little
they're
small.
small. Yeah.
I agree with that. And it's just a way nicer model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great point. Thanks, DS28. Amazing work the past 48 plus hours worth of work, gentlemen. Get there eventually. Thank you for the entertainment.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah,
Glad you enjoyed it.
It's been a long one.
It
Now
was
you know
fun,
why
it
I
was
didn't
fun
want
for
to
us.
read.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Thanks, Dungeon Master. What's up? It's been real Titans. You started at dinner time, but now it's 2 a.m. and I need to go to sleep. Painted a miniature, watch some games. A good night all around. Enjoy the rest of the stream.
That was 4 hours ago.
That was more than 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's well asleep.
Where is Dungeon Master based? ZAR
Somewhere in Europe.
is the currency?
Yeah, that would be the UK, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think ZAR is UK.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe you're right.
Well,
time zone there.
It
not
seems
generally.
similar. Could be close to,
I
yeah.
looked it up like a few weeks ago. I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, I was curious.
Zimbabwe.
No.
There's no R's in-
Eastern Europe or somewhere.
Cool.
Now we're all looking.
All right.
Have a good
Thanks, Justin. So this is one of 2. Hey, Titans, going to catch the whole stream while at work tonight. Yesterday, you guys said something about a BattleTech tabletop game. Where can I find? So the second one's unrelated. So BattleTech.
Yeah, just your local hobby shop. It's a hex-based miniatures game. It's got role-playing elements, so you have like a pilot and a mech, and there's sort of your pilot skills up, and your mech can be retrofitted with different guns and upgraded. It's very, very detailed. If you've ever played like Shadow War or an Inquisitor or something like that,
Right.
like a role-playing game, it has a lot of role-playing elements, and there's a lot of charts that you have to look things up on, and dice to roll to figure out, critical hits and critical damage, and it's not for everyone, but it definitely, if you're into that kind of thing, it's like the origin of it, and it might feel a little like a lot of modern games have copied elements, those kinds of elements from it, but it's like the OG, like super, like nerd out on all the detail, like tabletop game.
They re-released it last year.
They did, yeah.
Last year they put it on Kickstarter like an updated edition because it had been a long time
Yep.
since the first one came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. The models look cool.
Classic.
It's a cool game.
That's so cool. I want that. I love BattleTech, but I also want that, but like the anime version. I want with like
You want like the Gundams?
like Gundams and Tau models and things like that. It's kind of like the whole, I love the aesthetic of the Tau, but I don't love the way that the Tau play. So I would love something that meshes the two of those things.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
And for what it's worth, like the BattleTech universe is super different from the Tau or the Gundam, or it's like mechs in the BattleTech universe are mass-produced, churned out, like gritty hunks of metal. Like armor is not this like elegant thing that you strap with energy fields. It's like, let me just put 14 inches of steel on the outside of like all of my body parts, so that when like I get shot with this laser and it removes 10 inches of steel, I still have 4 left. It's like this, and everything.
Very brute force.
They're brute force. Everything is huge. Everything like is clunky and mass produced and inexpensive, and like just it's a very different feel. The mechs and the game and the universe has a very different feel from 40K and from Gundam and these other sort of mech IPs.
Cool.
Absolutely. So, second question from Justin. Also, where could I find the Battlefleet Gothic rules and models?
gosh.
Really enjoyed the computer game. Want to get into the tabletop. Thanks, guys. I actually don't know. Do you guys know?
Yeah, you can't.
Somebody
Yeah,
does.
eBay.
There's no like digital format somewhere?
There's
It's all sketchy? It's like scans and stuff?
so
It's the exported
if-
game files.
If you're into 3D printing, 3D printing is the way most people get their hands on BFG stuff these days. So you can find legit armies on eBay, but the box, and so if you want to play Imperials or Chaos, there's a lot available because that's what was in the main box set. If you want any of the other factions, it's a lot harder to find. But the 3D printing community, because the models are all out of print, has really stepped up. A lot of really talented designers have either recreated the original BFG sculpts in digital format or have created their own version, sort of slight adaptations of those sculpts. And so they don't, and the idea there is that they don't violate GWIP, and so maybe you can feel a little more free to print those. But honestly, like printing out of print,
No, I think it's
GW
fine.
models is,
You're doing it out of love. You're not taking any money out of their pocket.
That's right.
the game.
Yeah,
They don't make the game.
Can you get them on Shapeways?
Yeah.
you can. A lot of folks have put their designs up on Shapeways.
Totally.
You can just buy them. No work required on your
Yeah.
part.
And if you like the video game, they have the models from the video game
Yeah.
up for print as well.
Yeah, so the other thing that people have done is ripped the digital assets out of the video game, patched them up. There's a little bit of post-processing work you have to do, and then scale them properly for, put a hole in the bottom for a stem.
Yeah.
And then made them available for printing. And the rules are all available for free online, so you can go and if you Google search for BFG rule sets, it's all very accessible. The hardest part, honestly, at this point, is finding an opponent.
Finding a friend to play with.
Much like the models and rules are pretty accessible if you if your Google foo is good.
We'll probably be playing a game of Battlefleet Gothic in the future, right?
Yep.
Like it's a game literally all of us are interested in,
Yeah, happen.
and we already own and continue to collect and
Yep.
think it's a fun hobby project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett actually printed me out the new Tau fleet,
Yep.
and we'll definitely do it on the hobby stream. We'll do a bunch of them and play. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for sure coming. I've got 2 fleets, and now Zach has 1, and we've had some Eldar ships donated, which I'm sure we'll get around to in the not too distant future assembling. And
Yeah, really exciting.
It's a cool game.
I really want to
like
do the
rule
large
set.
scale one too. Thanks, Kieran. Hey Titans, love the channel. New to 40K. Your games have been great for learning. Can I get your advice on secondaries for Necron Mephrit?
Ooh.
Good question. Mephrit.
Well, there's secondaries that we always recommend to everybody.
Yes, I was gonna say that's
So what are the secondaries that everyone should do?
Strangular.
Stranglehold. Is there a second one do you think most people should do?
yeah. I feel like we need to ask the class. And see
Yeah.
if they-
What do you guys think?
Have I
what's
learned
the next,
anything?
Yeah.
What's the next best secondary in the game?
Always be trying.
Banners?
Yeah, probably Rod
It's
is
tied.
Rod?
Rod is the
Rod and banners
easier.
together.
Yeah.
Rod is more
You only
common
take
than
one.
banners. Yeah.
And then Necron. Mephrit, remind me again, is that the AP one?
That's
within
the extra
12?
AP, and then it's the plus 3 inch range, and then extra AP within half.
So it's
Yeah.
pretty well suited to one of the Necron secondaries.
Right, I would probably, what is Purge the Vermin?
Purge the vermin.
Yeah.
So that's your 3.
10 points to Gryffindor.
Yeah. So that's your 3. Purge the vermin,
Yeah.
stranglehold, and almost always rod. Rod's interesting because you can also use your deep strike, your outflank, or your veil to get units into certain places, and then you can also use your protocols to do actions and shoot in the same turn. And so if you save that for turn 3, deep strike in, you can even deep strike in with or veil with a huge unit, then do the secondary and then blast people or something. It's really a flexible army for it.
Yeah. Now, Purge the Vermin is the same category as one of those other 2, but still good options.
As
Engage, it's the same category as Engage.
Which is the same as Stranglehold.
is that true?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
do this a lot. Where
Yeah,
we pick
yeah.
both, and then right before we go live, sometimes after.
Or during.
Yeah, we're like, oh, we can't do that.
Oh, okay,
So you
okay.
can't actually take those 3 together.
You can sometimes do a wow. What's the WoW stand called?
To
the last.
To the last can sometimes work with them really well too.
Fair enough.
But that Acterius data ain't going to retrieve itself.
That's right.
you gotta-
You got to get out there and do it.
Get that rod,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Thanks again, damn it. Can't remember if I asked you this yet or not. Adrian, that's me. Do you have a plan for those Snotlings yet? Brian, have you started to work on that Custody Online yet? So Dammit sent a lovely blister pack of old Warhammer Fantasy Snotlings to me.
Yeah, nice.
I'm really excited to use them. I've been not humming and hawing, but kind of simmering on it knowing that I'm about to get a bunch of new orc models, and I can't decide if they're all going to go on one thing, or if I'm going to kind of put them as little Easter eggs, like on my new kill rigs and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I haven't decided, but it's going to be
It'd
something like that.
Fun way to customize. I've been on hobby hold for like the last 2 weeks as I've been packing. So I haven't been doing, my hobby stuff has been going into boxes. And so I haven't got started on anything like that yet, but it's a fun project. I definitely look forward to doing it.
Cool. Hey, it's Blue. Thanks, Blue.
Hey, what's up?
Blue?
He also wants to know what is going on, Titans. Just wanted to let you know, or to tell you, the past week of streams, both games and hobby, have been epic, culminating in yesterday and today. Also, congratulations, Brian. I've heard the island weather is slightly different than the Bay Area. Winky face.
Yeah, it's definitely a warm place. It's, you know what? It's actually really, really dry here. It's like a desert dry, and it's super humid there. And that's actually the thing I noticed when I first went. I was like, oh, what is this feeling? It's like, humidity. But I adjusted. I think I'll adjust pretty
Feels
quickly.
like a hurricane.
Yeah. Well, at least it's, could you say it's better than fires or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna catch fire.
Yeah.
Not your
catch
house,
fire.
especially.
Yeah, exactly.
You might not dry
You just
out.
trade one problem for another.
Yeah.
Instead of it's blowing smoke at you, it's blowing the ocean at you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I assume hurricanes and stuff are gonna be the thing for you.
yeah, they happen.
Yeah.
They'll just come chill with us.
You're actually not wrong.
You're not wrong. All right. Thank you, Atcherson. What is the best pizza topping, and why is it pineapple?
So who actually likes pineapple on their pizza
No,
here?
it's okay. It's
Oh,
fine.
no. Am I going to be the only?
Ah, you pervert.
I actually like it.
You like it, like non-ironically?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bridger ate it
It's not the
a
best.
couple months ago.
Are you asking Bridget
It's
to
okay.
support you on
No,
food
it's
things?
okay.
So Bridger's,
It's the only one that will take
so
this.
we've got two thumbs up, one thumb sideways, and 3 thumbs down.
Yeah.
I think that's about the general population's opinion on pineapple on pizza. That feels about right.
It's probably not the best pizza topping though.
Here's the thing I will
not the
say
best.
though.
I agree.
What is the best? Okay.
It's not the best pizza topping. The one thing I will say is pineapple on pizza actually is not bad. And actually one of my favorite pizzas as a kid was had a pineapple on it. But it's not a Hawaiian pizza. Because I don't actually like the ham that much. I think the ham is the ingredient that makes that pizza not as good. And so that kind of brings down the Hawaiian pizza for me. The pineapple is actually kind of cool and interesting. Like if you're in the mood for it, it's actually kind of an interesting topping. I'll tell you what it was that we used to have though. We used to have pepperoni, bacon, pineapple, and then this really nice barbecue sauce that they had that we used to have just a little bit of. It sounds so messed up.
No, I'm into it.
I know the type of pizza you're talking about, and
It sounds super messed up.
That's not one
Not
topping.
into barbecue sauce.
And we used to, I'm super not into it anymore, and I've never had it since I was good. It's from this
let me convince
when
you.
you were a little kid, you had this corner pizza place that was like your joint.
Sure, yeah.
And they just had the things the way that you liked it, I guess. And I would never do this again. Every time anyone ever does this to a pizza, I'm like, this is a pizza. What are you doing? You don't need to do this. But it was actually, for some reason, from this place, it all just came together. And it was like it was cheap pizza, and we could pool our money and afford to get a large while we played video games or whatever. So, it has a special place, this pizza.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel it. Anyone else want to comment on that?
He lost me at the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I lost everybody at the barbecue
That
sauce.
was the most offensive.
The couch turned against me. Yeah, I know, you'll eat anything.
Garbage disposal.
That was a plus for
They
Bridger.
have one in the Bay Area like that with chicken. They do a chicken one.
Talking about mod pizza?
No,
I've seen
I know what
multiple
you're talking about.
places,
Yeah. You know what I actually do really like is Nick has taken Mel and I to so many Indian pizza places.
Indian pizza places.
It's big out here.
good.
It's big out here,
Yes.
It's
That
so
is very
good.
popular here.
The first time I was like, no way. That butter chicken pizza.
It's good.
It actually really works.
But
well.
you turn your nose up at butter chicken Kraft Mac.
Well, it was more the principle.
Yeah.
It was the principle mostly.
It was the butter chicken powder that you put on your instant mac and cheese. I think that was the problem. It was just too many, a couple steps too
And
far.
then it was a step away from also being the cotton candy version.
Yeah.
I feel like these need to have more separation.
That was an
between them.
abomination. Maybe
Yeah.
I shouldn't
Oh my
have done
god.
But you could mix them.
that. Ew.
Bridger would eat it.
No, I would not.
He would put it in his garbage disposal.
That would definitely
Would
clog
you?
it. All right, thank you, Bradley. Hey, Titans. After your advice on collecting custodies to soup with my guard army,
Nice.
I'm thinking of a list with 3x5 custodian guard, 4 bikes, Trajan, Stormcast on bike.
Showcase.
Captain on bike.
Supreme Commander.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's a lot of Custodes points.
Yeah.
Is it too many?
I was getting the impression that that was an actual 2,000 point
That's
Custodes army.
like
No.
1,500 points of
Yeah.
Custodes.
That's 1,500.
Well, the bikes are almost 100 each. Trajan's over 200.
The Custodian Guard on foot are 55 points each.
So that's
That's 150
Yeah.
times. Yeah. Okay.
times
Oh,
3.
3
so
by
it's
5.
450.
3 times 5.
Oh, sorry.
They're huge
I was
squads.
thinking 3 by 3.
So it's what?
13,
Think of
14.
having
750 or something?
think of
It's
having
like
15
It's like
Death Shroud.
1,500 points.
Yeah, think of having 15 Death Shroud Terminators. That's basically the equivalent.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It's a whole army.
I think it's fine, but you're definitely Custodes with guard now. Right?
Yeah, but actually, if the rest of your army was like guardsmen,
Yes. See?
you'd be in a good spot.
Exactly.
Can we go back to my list idea that nobody ever listened to?
Okay, what's your list?
No.
Ares.
Okay, we're not listening. Stop listening, everybody. Stop listening.
Worse than barbecue sauce.
Yeah, that was the barbecue.
Triple Gladius. Banner. Trajan. 60 guardsmen. 2 manticores and a wyvern.
Okay. This is a bad army.
This is amazing.
Okay, you play it.
Yeah, let's play.
good.
Let's play.
Let's do it.
Good.
He has to paint his gunship.
And we don't have
it
Ares,
yet.
Brian.
No, but see, this is the problem: is by the time you get that built and painted, the rules, like they'll have a new.
Well, they were never good, so it's no big deal.
And it won't matter anymore because the meta will have completely changed.
If anything, it could only get better.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say.
pretty bad now.
Hot takes from Brian.
That's right. Thanks, Omnissiah Sphinx. Do you see Gilman starting a civil war in the Imperium? Well, that was the big question for a while.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I actually think it's cool.
It would be super cool.
I don't think it'll happen.
I actually think it kind of will. I think it's kind of
Yeah.
a cool idea, and more Imperium infighting is kind of interesting.
Somebody else would have to wake up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well, then that
The
could be cool,
conflicting
too.
ideal.
Sounds like a good
Because,
thing.
like, nobody's going to challenge Gilman right now.
Yeah,
What is
there's
it called?
like who's the head of the other side? No, Call's super with him.
Right,
Call's
so
like one of his
yeah,
buddies.
So who
One of
challenges
the
him?
annoying Primarchs, like
It's the
the
High
line.
Lords that didn't love him.
yeah.
one of the annoying.
Yeah, but the
Primarchs.
High Lords of Terror are going to stand up to Gilman and Call.
No.
They'll just get slapped around.
The problem is there's no face of that. Like the High
Right.
Lords don't have like a prominent face
Well,
in the
now
story.
there's
Morgan Val.
But she's not
I like-
against him.
I don't know.
Nobody's against
I like
him.
the narrative that we made for her for our game this week, where she was like spreading lies about the Blood Angels to get them killed to make them into martyrs, and it was like her versus Dante. They should do that.
That's good.
So she's like the evil villain that like.
It would be cool.
She
to
just wants
see-
death no matter what.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
just
it'd
wants
be,
war.
It'd be really interesting to see, like, honestly, like an art direction of like an edition where the Imperium has got this stuff going on, and so like the art direction of the book is not like from the Imperium standpoint, but maybe like Craft World Eldar and like with the Farce and like it's just like a different
cool.
art direction, like as opposed to like blabbing about the Imperium for like the same blabbing about the Imperium that every edition has for.
All
the
right,
first
Zach, cut his
eight
mic.
pages.
How do you feel?
Cut his mic.
Oh, we
Well,
already
it'd just
did.
be like, right, it'd be a little interesting.
No, it could be cool.
Super
Could be cool.
interesting.
Yeah, but
All right, that's enough out of you, Zach.
yeah.
I think it's amazing.
Remember, they used to write the codexes only from the perspective of the Imperium.
Yes.
Like the Tau Codex was written from the perspective of an Imperium person who went there
Scholar.
and like took notes on the Tau, and it actually didn't tell you how the Tau worked. It only told you what the Imperium knew about the Tau.
Like why the ships are called a devilfish. or
As
Yeah.
it should be,
Imperial.
Brian.
Yeah.
Yes. How's Emperor?
It was kind of like, yeah, they were like really leaned into that
Yeah,
idea.
this is the reason why everyone thinks Tau are fish people, because the Imperium, for some stupid reason, like their nomenclature for all the Tau vehicles
Right.
were aquarium themed.
Right.
Even though the Tau are obviously goat people.
That's right.
Cows.
Yeah, they're definitely cow.
They're cows. Yeah.
They
Cow
definitely have udders.
They have do not have
They
udders.
definitely have udders.
They definitely have hooves.
They have hooves, but we don't know what's under the
We
armor.
don't know what's under the armor. That's right.
There's
Zach, be very careful what you say right now.
This is how they interface with the crisis suits.
Thank you, Michael. Brian, good luck in your new venture. Everyone have a week that leaves you as hopeful as Zach when he asks if Brian has learned to love.
This was
Yeah.
right after he asked Brian if you have learned to love.
Yeah, no, I remember.
He remembers.
Chat doesn't
I haven't
remember.
learned to love, but I have learned to remember 4 hours ago.
But this was a human memory, which we know you struggle with.
Yeah,
so.
that's don't I know it?
Thanks, Michael. Also, nice sevens in the donation.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Thanks, Shivpal. Do you think they will update the Khan on bike model to Primaris? How do you get more than 3 fast attack slots without losing too many CPs? That's the question everyone wants to know.
So you get patrol detachment,
Yeah.
and that'll give you at least 2 more, which is 5 fast attack
Yeah.
is often enough, right?
How many you had? You stuck with the battalion today.
I just
Because
did
you
3.
cheated, because Vanguard are elite. elites.
Yes, that's right.
Not cheating. In what world are they not elites? They're veterans.
In what world do they not attack fastly?
You know what? I think all White Scars should be fast attack because they all do attack pretty
Their
fast.
defensive staff is very normal.
You're right. Assault
What?
intercessors, fast attack now.
If they're White Scars.
Only servitors are
They
troops now.
literally can run. if you're White Scars intercessors, you literally can run so fast that bullets have trouble hitting you.
Yeah.
That's a rule in the game.
This is actually kind of true. Yeah, I don't even know the question anymore. Con on bike, I don't know if they'll do that. I wish they did literally.
Yeah.
I don't know if they mean con on bike or the con on bike. And if it's the special character,
right.
they they screwed up big. Like
Because they can't do that for years now.
That was one. They released con on foot, and everyone was super disappointed. It's like your named chapter master kind of character is not on bike.
Yeah.
And he's
sucked.
he's
The
like
biker king?
He's like, yeah, the biker king, exactly. It's like makes no sense. And then we were just like, well, I guess they're phasing out bikes.
Right. That's right.
Right? That's what we thought. I guess they're phasing out bikes. And then they're like, Primaris Chaplain on bike, new Outriders. And you're like, okay, I guess they're not phasing out. I guess they just don't care
was a
about
fake
White
out,
Scars.
Brian.
Yeah.
They juked you.
They
So-
wanted to show that he was more than the bike.
Yeah. He's not,
more
though.
to him than that.
He's really not. He's not. If they just released his bike model without him on it, I'd probably feel the bike. So he's not more than the bike.
I think there's a lot of like Ravenwing had this thing. If you bring Ravenwing, you can get extra fast attack slots
Right.
for free.
Yeah.
White Scars don't have that.
Yeah.
Although I think
That
a
would be
lot of
cool.
White Scars players wish.
For
yeah,
sure.
'cause That's
Of course
sort of the
we-
thing. That's the.
Yeah.
And maybe it isn't just like White Scars get it by default, but maybe if your warlord is on a bike,
Is like a con on bike or something. Yeah.
then
If you're in an outrider detachment.
then outrider detachments refund your CP or
Yep.
whatever.
They should definitely do a
Cool, dude.
Primaris captain on bike, though. Come on, like they really should. A Primaris captain on bike.
Be cool.
The problem is no one would ever not take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be the same problem that all the other Primaris character slots
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah.
It's like,
It's just better.
Did you know you can take a Primaris Chaplain on foot?
I have so many of them, and I'll never field them again.
I don't understand.
yeah, it's called a. Oh yeah.
There's actually 2 models of them, turns out.
I thought there was even 3, but yeah,
There may be 3.
there's at least 2. I think there is 3.
I think they were all
There's so many.
Thank you, Keith. Big hobby stream was epic. I was painting my house while listening. Yeah, painting my house while listening.
Wow.
Still counts as hobbying, right?
Totally.
Just
Totally.
big terrain. Very sad to hear. We won't see so much of Brian, but nice one, mate. Keep crumping.
Thanks. Good luck with the painting of the house.
I was like, what?
What takes longer to paint, a house or 6 giants?
Or sisters.
Definitely the sisters take the longest.
But between the giants and the house?
Depends what the
pretty
inside or
close.
the outside.
Of the Giants or the house?
The house. I was gonna say the house.
Man, painting the
Probably
inside of the giants would
outside,
be such a pain.
Because they were listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was inside, you would put like a laptop on or something.
Brad, we're gonna find out, right?
Yeah,
You're gonna find out.
we're painting our house next weekend.
The inside or the outside?
The inside, not doing the outside. That sounds like a lot of work. To like strip the paint and fill the gaps and
Ladders. Get involved?
ladders and then moving, and then paint gets on plate. you
So
drop
it's like
paint
compared to
bucket
stripping
and-
existing models and repainting them.
Yeah, but it's more involved than just dunking your house in simple green for 12
Have you tried
hours
that though, Brett?
and
I think
scrubbing
you
it with a
should try that.
toothbrush.
I would give it a go.
Like,
I bet it would work.
I would like to buy 4,000 gallons of simple green, please.
4,000 wouldn't even be close to enough. You're talking like 400,000
You
gallons.
see the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's wrong?
How much simple green he needs to
Need a lot
buy.
more simple green.
He's just being a coward with the simple
Think of how
green.
good your house would smell.
Countertop.
Yeah, that's right.
It would sell. Oh my god, I hate the smell.
Smells pretty good.
And then afterward, you could put it all down his garbage disposal.
Yeah.
All right, problem solved. Thanks,
Nailed it.
guys, for the inspiration.
Yeah, I don't see the problem here. Thank you, Kevin. If Brian and Bridger got into a sloppy drunk slap fight, who would win, and why would it be Bridger?
I don't think it would be me.
So if
That
they,
would
I think
Great
we
to
both
watch.
lose in a sloppy drunk
don't
slap
know.
fight.
Neither of them drink.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It would
I
be
think everybody
super
loses.
interesting to watch.
I think that's why they chose Brian and Bridger.
Yeah.
I think both of these people are people that you wouldn't expect it from, but I feel like if they had if they got into like a grapple for their
Quite
life,
dirty.
would be so dirty.
Dirty, yeah. No, I expected
They
that.
would have like inhuman strength out of nowhere.
Super dirty.
I would be scared. So
The beard actually grows like an inch.
yeah,
I think immediately Brian would pull Bridger's shirt up over his head. It's not like the best. It's not the best.
Listen, so that is the Canadian hockey fighter. Listen, that is the Canadian hockey fighter way to do it. You
That's
jersey
true.
them, and then you just start going at them.
wow.
I can only do it while on skates, though. So
I've
if
thought
I'm not
about
on
this a
skates,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah. Daydream about it, right? Wow, well, that was much easier than I thought. All right, thank you. What's up, Grotworks? Now that you have Maelstrom cards, are we going to see more of these sorts of games along with more open war?
What I will say about Maelstrom is that as a viewer, it's very hard to follow.
It's a lot.
Because I was viewing and I could not follow it.
I feel like we'd have to come up with a whole set of new
Like
overlays.
put the cards on screen or something.
Exactly.
We'd
Yeah.
have to sort of track, and there'd have to be like, here's what player one is trying to accomplish this turn
Yes.
on screen. Well,
They
so
can
there's a lot of
reference it.
screen real estate that would take up, along with a whole bunch of new overlays we'd have to
A lot
develop.
of
Yeah.
like CP updates every phase, stuff like that. We have to be checking in how much CP you got, how much you got.
Just John.
Only when they're at 0, though.
John,
Did I get my one yet?
do you have any CP?
Yeah,
oh,
since-
no, you can't transhuman.
Yeah.
It's gotta be rough.
But yeah, you're right. Better graphics would be required to make it a common thing. Open war is not so hard, though.
Yeah. I don't know if
Yeah.
we'll do more of it, but we will continue to do it. Kind of
I think one
spontaneously.
thing I will say is I'd really like to see, and I think we all would like to see, sort of more like, and we're exploring this as more narrative content, more
Yeah,
narrative, like, we're getting into the more detailed, the Warzone intros and the
Right.
YouTube clips and stuff. So we're gonna start investing time and energy into that for sure.
And we could put these up as votes for Tuesday games.
Yeah,
Tuesdays,
Right?
Sure.
Totally.
So for Tuesday games, if the members, if that's really what you want to see, you really want to see Open War, or you really want to see Maelstrom, we can put that up as a vote more often, and you could vote for it.
That's the idea, right? Show you guys what you want. Thanks again, damn it. Put that Orca on that table in the middle. I haven't gotten enough of it yet. Also, is that a model you printed or a GW kit?
What?
The Orca.
The Orca.
I'm gonna go get it. All right.
No.
Where did you go there?
Oh, sorry. I
mean,
thought
They're
did
just-
say-
I thought he wanted me to go get. I thought he wanted me to go get the
No,
model.
he
and
was
put it in the middle
definitely
of the table.
asleep.
He was asleep open-eyed.
Are you okay?
Where do you go, Brett?
He did say he didn't see enough of it.
So,
got it.
yeah,
Okay.
is that a GW kit?
That is a GW kit.
What's up with
Let's
that?
go.
That is a GW kit. I bought it in 2009. I'd just been laid off from my job after the recession, and I was like, you know what I need after having been laid off is
Something to work on.
something to work on. I need
Yeah.
a project. So I spent my tax return money in like May or June on this. Here it is. Zach's bringing it in.
Would do again.
Yeah, it was absolutely terrible. It took me a year to assemble. There is more milliput in this than resin.
Yeah.
It is like these classic Forgeworld kits are very. I mean, they look
Terrible.
great. They are well designed, but the manufacturing process was very
Yeah.
unreliable.
Imprecise, and they're
Imprecise,
twisted and in really hard ways to untwist. And they come short a teeny bit,
That's right.
so they don't actually line up.
So there's, I was
rough.
using power sanders, like belt sanders
Right.
and grinders to like remove just large saws, like huge chunks of material.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very challenging.
And then when you're done, you're like, this thing weighs like 8 pounds. Like, how do I put it on a base? How do I move it around? And so you can see there's like custom base.
They don't even
custom-
offer a functional base for
It
it.
doesn't have a base.
Right.
Yeah. There is a 3D printable STL out there. Somebody has designed a version of this, and you can. It's free. It's available for free. You can download it, print it yourself, and it's actually really, really good. And for what it's worth, I lost the cockpit at one point when I moved house, and this is the 3D printed from the printable kit for the
Wow, and it
cockpit.
fits in perfectly.
Because I lost it and just printed that bit, and then it fits in perfectly.
perfect.
Amazing.
That's
Well,
great.
what you get? 2 burst cannons and a missile pod?
That's right. It's a Lord of War, 300 points, and
It fits
you
30 units?
and it fits
30 units?
Or 30 bottles, I mean?
No, it's more than that.
More?
So it has 24 infantry, 8 drones, and
should fit
6
the
battle
units.
suits.
Yeah.
And you can swap out the battle suits for like another 24 infantry.
That's right. It can hold like 50 dudes, basically.
50 little dudes.
And unfortunately, it has no official base size, but it's generally impossible to disembark all those models at one time legally and stay within 3 inches.
Well,
The standard
unless you have
flyer
a giant
size
base.
Yeah, if you create a larger base, then that's great. And so the model just doesn't function at all.
It doesn't.
Not to mention, you know, you could fit with it, you could basically put almost your 2,000 point army in it, and then cool, it's there on the table, and then someone shoots at turn 1, and you just roll to see how many of your 2,000 point army dies.
Sounds amazing.
Don't
It's,
roll once.
This actually happened to you recently. I think.
Yeah. No, so I played a game. So when they released the 2001 or 2021 rules and they changed Lords of War to be 1 CP instead of 3, I was like, I'm gonna try it. They also in the Imperial Armor Compendium reduced its price from like 350 to 300. And they also made it significantly more durable. It used to be way more squishy.
Right.
And I was like, maybe this is the time. Maybe the Orca is like, if not good, at least like passable in a narrative fluffy game with with my friend Zach. And no, he killed it turn 1. He was like, that's dead. With just like incidental shooting. I mean, I guess you.
That was my whole army.
I guess you
because
shot your whole army.
The problem is that in 9th Ed, you hide everything. You hide everything turn 1, but you can't hide that. So I went first. My whole army could see it. My whole army is in range. I doomed it. I think I jinxed it. And it was the only thing I could see.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun.
It's gigantic. I cast all my powers on it. I shot it with every gun. I
died.
charged it with a full army.
Didn't have to do
what
anything.
happened. No, actually, it was kind of epic because it survived at the end of his shooting phase with 1 wound on it. A squad of 5 Wind Riders who are like not Shining Spears. They're like the shooty bikes.
Yeah.
Charge it. They have 1 attack each. They're strength 3.
so they're wounding on 6s.
They're hitting on 3s.
With Doom.
Wounding on 6s.
Okay.
But he had Doom. And he did the 1 wound he needed. No AP, and I failed the 3-up save.
Yeah, because of
amazing.
Jinx.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was a 4-up save. And in our headcanon, the Wind Rider got sucked into the engine intake, and the whole thing exploded as a result.
It did explode too, I think, right? That's,
It gets worse.
No, it didn't. But if it does explode, it killed a bunch of guys when they dumped out. But
that's why the Wind Rider, we said, got sucked in, because it did explode.
I guess I didn't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it
He's
explodes,
just
it
blacked-
also
he's
has
just
like
blacked out.
an extra giant explosion too. It's
Yeah.
like within 2d6 inches, everything takes d6 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Jax is Lord of War.
It's Lord of War.
It's huge. But yeah, it's a pretty bad model. It's a Legends model, and it's but it's like the ultimate hipster piece because it's not good.
Yeah, it's great.
It's not made anymore, and it's like it's cool for
It is cool.
as like a narrative prop like we played today. Like you don't bring it in your game, you just like have it sitting on the side of the table as like a terrain piece almost. And I love it for that reason.
Yeah. I wish
but
they
yeah,
actually
there we
would
go.
release things like this and make them work a little better, make them make sense.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a lot of talking. Thank you for asking that question. Obviously, you can tell I like talking about my.
Very passionate about the Orca.
I'm passionate about my my Orca. Yeah.
You can go
Thank
back
you.
to sleep now.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
We'll wake you up if anyone asks about the Orca again.
Thank you, Majestic Purple Biscuit. Hey, TTT. Just had my first tournament today. Awesome. 2v2 style, too.
Nice.
Had loads of fun. We went 1 and 2. Thanks for amazing streams. Shout out to my teammate, Tom.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, that's awesome. 2v2 is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You guys have played, right?
We play
Yeah.
a lot, yeah.
Yeah, we've done it before.
That's so much fun. Yeah, that's great. Congrats. And hopefully it was a fun experience.
Yeah, always unique.
We always talk about, tournaments.
You
like
remember
this.
that? You remember the doubles tournaments for a long time.
Yeah.
The big challenge is trying to finish within 3 hours with a doubles tournament. All the
Right.
chit chat, hangout. It's
Yeah.
like so many of the
Oh my
games go to like bottom of turn 2.
Right.
Like you're not even finished turn 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to actually. There's a funny strategy in doubles games. Where you have to pick up all your points turn 1.
Yeah,
Because there's
yeah.
not going to be a turn 3 or 4 or 5.
Zach and I played at the narrative event at LVO last year, and it was a 2v2 format.
That's right.
And it was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. It was an absolute blast. And I don't know that I've ever played in a 2v2 event like that before, but just like the process of sitting down with the person on your team and like theory crafting a bunch of stuff and designing your lists to work together and then playing some practice games and then like like you really get to become friends with a person.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know? Like it's great. I brought the Orca as like a side piece for like,
Yeah, of course you
the
did.
story of the army. Yeah, I totally did. Anyway,
You should put a sign on it that just
go
says,
back to
"Ask
sleep
me
now."
about my Orca." You know?
I'm gonna go back to sleep now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you,
Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie. Great streams, TTT. What is the most tedious and/or hard single GW? Oh, here comes Brett.
Oh, I got this, guys.
Put together.
Sorry, I'm awake again.
I just did a ghost kill, and it took so long. Keep up the great work.
Wait until you hear about the Orca.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Ghost Kill was a little tough.
Is it?
Yeah.
The ghost kill is a weird thing where like the interior can actually open up.
Yeah.
Which was like a creative idea, but not perfectly executed, honestly. So not quite right. But Forgeworld has definitely always been my worst. I've complained about similar big models like this, like
Storm Eagle's awful.
the Storm. Yeah, Storm Eagle's bad, but similarly the Fire Raptor, same kit.
Same, yeah.
So that I had just an awful time with, personally. Yeah.
I feel like with the top battle suits, it's like deciding what pose to put them in. Like if you don't want to just like the stock GW pose on the box art, if you want to like, I spend so much time standing in my hobby room like making dramatic poses to test out like, does this look cool? Does that look cool? And then at some point you're like, oh, like I've got 10 battle suits built out in sort of unique and interesting poses. The 11th one, what's that one gonna look like?
Yeah.
That guy's just like this,
He's
just like
standing
straight.
there like, all right.
That's why I love when people complain about models having a similar pose. They're just like, really? Another guy with a two-handed axe holding it like this? I'm like, how many ways do you want them to hold an axe? And that's not just like,
Wildly impractical ways.
like, are you kidding me?
Between the legs.
Like, what do you want from them?
Well, that's what I love. The Death Corps of Krieg. They have the unit that's battling, and then the unit that's just relaxing.
Yeah.
And so you could get the two units. You could get the relaxing unit or the like at war unit. I actually think that's cool. Like two whole kits,
And then you put
one
the
just
unit
chilling.
Together, you're like, this squad.
This does
There's
look
some
very
internal
complicated.
problems in this.
Yeah. They're not all getting the orders.
Exactly. Thanks again, Damon It. So, since I don't really cook, if I order a Taco Bell, can I put all the wrappers and packaging into the garbage disposal?
No, actually, no.
Absolutely not.
I think if the Taco Bell food is still in the wrapper, then yes.
Because it'll disintegrate the plastic over time.
Much like it does to the.
No, because that's probably safer for the
person.
It's a safer way to get rid of the Taco Bell than putting it into you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I'd take my chances with the garbage disposal.
We have our own Taco Bell disposal.
That's right.
He does take the packaging off most of the time, though. Thanks, ZeroCo. What's up, Zero? We will miss you, Brian. Wishing your business all the success. Psst, Adrian, we're ready for stage 2 of the coup. Amazing marathon, boys. I know, it's like the Game of Thrones scene where it's like just before I have like a symbolic like rank that I've gained, but then suddenly the king is like assassinated, and it's like, ah! But we will miss you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cameron. He says, here's $100 worth of plastic.
We could always use more plastic.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you.
That's not plastic, Cameron.
It could be though.
That's just money.
Electrons.
We could convert it.
Eventually.
I mean, yeah. Thanks, Monakir. Zach, my wife works at San Jose Sewer and Water. Your comment about detergent, hot water, and grease made her cry. Recant for her coworker's sanity.
Oh gosh.
See, I knew you can't put grease down the sink. That I knew.
These poor people, what are you doing to them?
I knew that.
You know what? We live in San Jose.
Oh,
Here. That's not even like that could have came from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
That's here.
Yeah, there's
Unless
real
that means
humans
San
you're
Jose,
hurting.
Costa Rica.
You are hurting real people, Zach.
I know. I'm pretty sure they probably know.
There is a face and a name to your bad doing.
I'm sorry.
Like sometimes it's nameless, faceless, but not now.
Yeah.
No.
Now it
Now
hurts.
you know.
Now
the
it's
person.
real.
Yeah.
It's too real.
That's too real.
That's
And
amazing.
you took money from them just now.
They paid you.
That
You
was-
better
that was-
listen.
Zach, stop it.
You
please.
better stop. You gotta stop now.
$7 mercy.
You're in garbage disposal ever again.
Well, now
I beg of you.
he's influencing a whole generation of grease do-gooders.
Yeah.
Grease do-gooders.
Who now he needs to tell them all to do the right thing.
Yeah, don't do it. This
Yeah, don't do what Donnie Don't does.
Moniker One's wife says don't do it, and she's probably right. If she's saying that, she works there.
Yeah.
believe it.
Don't listen to Zach.
We only do cautionary tales here.
Yeah,
for
that's
the
right.
Titans.
Yeah, don't do what we do.
Thank you, Andy. Been following your bat raps for a while now and couldn't think of a better time for first super chat. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And they say, thank you for all the amazing content. Looking forward to the future.
Thanks so much.
This is true.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Really what we wanted to also highlight over the weekend is we are doing so much new stuff. We're
Yeah.
constantly adapting. And we're really excited to be moving forward and expanding.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Maxwell. Hey, Titans. Heartbroken to hear Brian is leaving. I broke down and got 2 on an unrelated note.
Unrelated.
I broke down and got-
This is what I would do if I found out too.
It's true. 2 Telemon and 2 I. We'll see. After Bridger used them so effectively.
It must be the other Dreadnought, I imagine.
Gladys?
Yeah. Maybe they just forgot it. It must be a Gladys, though.
What Custodies list ideas do you have for 1K/2K? Good luck, Brian and company.
Well, thank you.
For 2 Telemon and... Well,
2 Gladys.
Yeah,
I
essentially.
mean, that's
a good basis
like
for a list.
1,000 that is 1,000 points.
Yeah.
It's a lot, yeah. But it's a great basis.
You need some Custodian Guard on top of that.
Some mobility.
Venatari.
Then we love the Venatari. Like, a good unit of Venatari.
And characters, now you're 2,000 points.
You did it.
Basically,
That
yeah.
And
is
which
the entire
characters?
list.
Which characters?
I'm fond of bike captains.
Yeah. Would you go 2 bike captains or just 1?
I wouldn't. I would go 1 bike
Yeah,
captain.
just 1 bike captain.
And 1 Terminator captain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's like 10 points to get an extra wound.
Yeah,
for a Terminator captain
I'm
and
with
deep
you.
strikes on his own.
I'm with you.
And he's the cheapest thing to sit on a point.
Yep.
And no Trajan.
Sadly.
And Trajan's fine. You just can't always afford it. He's so
You
pricey.
over a bunch of chunky boys already.
He's a billion points.
Points-wise.
Yeah, he's way too many points.
Although he does sometimes give value standing by big expensive things like dreadnoughts.
Yeah, like Telemons.
Oh, yeah?
Because he can defend them, but he also gives the rerolls to hit and wound.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Thank you, Better Gaming Every Day. I'm so proud of you guys for the community you've built the last 2 years. Brian, I'll miss your usual present.
Well, they misspelled it, so
Presents?
that's not your fault.
Prescience.
My brain can't even translate
That's not
like
your
spelling.
fault. They misspelled it.
Presents. Best of luck, bud. Love you guys.
No, I think they did mean prescience. It's the +1 to hit that I always have.
That was. I know.
know?
We've done 24 hours of
think so,
Warhammer,
too.
guys. I don't.
Yeah.
We can't.
That's a double entendre.
Yeah, no, that was meant. Yeah.
Prescience. Constant prescience. When you roll sometimes.
Yeah, it's
though.
constant prescience.
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again, damn it. Sent Bridger what all epic orcs I got. You got y'all if you want a sneak peek. So he sent the pictures over the info of it to Bridger.
I'm on it.
Not sure if it is enough to play a proper game, but it's sadly all that I found today. Oh well, let us know what you find tomorrow. So he's gonna pull up the images.
All right, here you go.
Yes.
Epic is a cool game. If you don't know this game, it's a game that they used to make a long time ago for both 40K and Fantasy. And it's called Epic, and it's just tiny scale. So it's like, instead of an individual model of a single thing, you have this tiny little base with like a whole regiment,
squad, yeah.
like a whole squad. And basically you get to play like apocalypse-sized games with like an army that can fit in a shoebox. And it was a pretty cool game in general.
Yeah, when people ask, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I could play Titanicus but with like flyers and tanks and troops?
Like a squadron of predators and stuff like that.
That's like that is exactly what Epic is. And in fact, Epic is a 6mm game. I think Titanicus is 8mm.
Sure.
So they're like very similar scales.
Yeah.
And Epic has Titans in it.
But they're way smaller.
They're you're right. Titanicus is a different scale. Sorry. Aeronautica is the same
Yeah,
scale.
Stompa in
That's correct.
Epic was about the size of a old Space Marine.
Right.
This big. I remember having the Gargant, which is something we're getting apparently. Thank you, damn it. Was about this big. And so that we're getting like 12 battle wagons, about yay big, and a bunch of orc boys.
It's a lot of boys.
It's a ton of boys. It's just a
like
block of color.
A whole wall.
I can't even read how many there are there.
But that's like the thing, when you're fighting
awesome.
against boys in
Yeah.
an apocalypse scale, it should be like this unending horde.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right?
It
looks
And it's, Epic can represent that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool game.
It's a cool campaign game to squeeze into, like, if you're into playing multi-system campaign, play a BFG
Right.
campaign, and
Yeah.
then depending on
Right.
if you win, you can land troops on the planet, and then you have these like giant company level
Yeah, it's cool.
battles, and then you have individual 40K battles or kill team games to sort of decide specific outcomes. So that it's a system that fits into a campaign like that really well.
Totally.
And that's how I got into it. I had a play group that was into that kind of gaming. And so we all collected like BFG, Aeronautica, Epic, 40K, armies for like the whole same faction, painted them all the same, and then
That's cool if you have a whole crew that does that. That's
let
so
me
rare.
tell you about my epic scale Orca. It's amazing.
It's so cool.
I want to do that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Oh my god.
I don't want to do that.
You're inspiring, Brett. So thanks, Dana. Also, thank you, Tony's Lab. Thanks for all the great content this weekend. Lastly, if you were all trapped on a Survivor island with your Primarch husbands, which Primarch/Titan couple would you vote off the island and why?
I mean,
I already know, but it's got to be Bridger and Night Hunter.
right?
It's definitely Bridger.
And so-
But isn't he with Khan now?
No, I'm with. Wait.
Am
I?
I'm Corvus, right? This
Yo, you're definitely with Corvus.
Corvus Corax?
Yeah, for sure. But that's fine.
Zach is with Magnus.
Yeah, we just put Zach with Magnus.
Brett
Does
is
Brett
with
have-
Dorn.
I'm with Dorn. Yeah.
Yeah, you
makes
are.
So you want
Yeah.
Dorn.
Brad's Vulcan.
Dorn's gonna build stuff for you on the island. So is Vulcan.
Yeah.
Am I with
Gilliman.
Jagatai?
Yeah, you're with Khan.
Okay.
Yeah, but then we have to like.
The troublemaker.
Bridger alive.
The troublemaker of this group is definitely Magnus, though.
Yeah.
And he'll
Zach
keep
is
trying.
gonna put everything down in the garbage disposal.
He's like, guys, I made a beacon fire so that we can get help, and he just
And
burned
she's-
down all our structures.
It's just demons appear.
Yeah, Magnus is like, oh, it's fine, guys.
And Magnus keeps trying to insist that it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's like, what, guys? I did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You guys are saying these things. I'm like, I mean, these are good ideas. I'm out.
But if I were with the Night Hunter still,
Yeah.
they would
I would be
definitely
able to sleep at night.
I
without
feel like the
getting
Night
flayed.
Hunter you couldn't vote off. He'd like constantly have
would just
immunity.
kill you.
Yeah, he would constantly be the dude with immunity in this
Yeah.
game who's like backdoor dealing.
Yes.
And so you just would want him out, but you could never get him out.
Well, that was my first gut instinct, if I'm honest, was to get Brian out, just because I wouldn't trust you. But then you would then know that I was
Yeah,
against
sure.
you, and if I failed, which I probably would, then you would for sure be after me. So I should just not touch that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gilliman's such a goody-goody. He wouldn't want to play games behind the
everybody
scenes.
loves Gilman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be like, "Hello, I would like to offer you a trade deal,"
Yeah.
like straight up, and just like, "What are you doing?"
He would be the team captain. Like we would go to
Yeah.
our events, our marathons or whatever, and he would like lead the team,
Yeah.
cheering everybody on.
Yeah.
Can't vote off Gilliman.
Waking everyone up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
That's the worst. He's out.
Yeah.
Everyone loves him.
Everything else. That's it.
No, everyone loves him until he tries to wake them up early. And it's going fine, and then they're just like, we got to get rid of this Gilliman
I
guy.
love that you voted yourself off the island.
Thanks again, Tony's Lab. Titans. Unfortunately, I missed Brian's announcement, but I can't wait to go back and tear up while I watch it. No.
Oh, that's so sad.
No. God, that was horrible. That was like turn 2. It was rough in the game, and then it was rough in real life.
Yeah,
for a
you
while.
were. I was definitely surrounding and destroying you.
Yeah, yeah.
At that point, and I was like, let me just break this up for a
I
minute.
know. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna cry. Thanks, Tony Lab. Thank you again, Zero Crow. A single tree near my haunted house broke and killed a man. When the police asked about it, I said, please refer to my evil monologue. What? Where did this come from?
Great. I love it. But yeah.
Listen, there's always room for dad jokes on here. Keep them coming.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks, Yoko. I sincerely appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Best
You even
super
woke up
shout-out.
for that one.
Yeah.
Wasn't even about an Orca either.
A little disappointed. That's okay. Thanks, Blue, again. So, response to Imperium Civil War, it has to be the Lion King.
Yeah.
A little or a lot. And as Bridger once said, the DA are just a bunch of jerks. I translated for chat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if the
That might
lion.
actually be a direct quote. I might have said that live. I'm pretty sure I said that live.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'm not going to say it again.
The line would be great. He's gone through the split up before. The split up thing, right? He doesn't want that
What?
to happen.
Where the
What are you
Imperium.
trying to say?
Oh.
What are you trying to say?
What are you
actually?
trying to
Like
say?
The Civil War.
Yeah, like
Well, so did Gilliman, obviously, but
no, but like his internal faction, right? The Dark Angels.
yeah, they
split.
went partly to
Yeah,
chaos.
but he was not nice about it.
Right, that's my point. So if he came back, he would be anti-Gilliman if Gilliman was like doing stuff with aliens.
Oh,
and
you're
doing,
saying
like, weird
he would
stuff.
have no problems with causing another split.
Yeah.
So honestly, there's an interesting thing which they haven't cashed in on yet. Is remember during the whole thing of Gilliman coming back and everything, Cypher has a sword that's broken. That's very clearly like the Lion's broken, busted sword that was broken in an incident kind of related to Gilliman.
Yeah, yeah.
Gilliman saw the sword and he got like super upset. So at the time I was like, they're gonna actually do that kind of thing. Like Lion's gonna come back and be the foil to Gilliman and all these things. Like it might be one of those kind of break in case of emergency kind of storylines,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
totally set it up.
Yeah.
That would be rad.
Yeah.
They haven't explored that enough. You're right.
Thanks, Blue. Thank you, Megan. Proud of you, Zach. Can one of these bozos bring you home? Just checking. Well, Brian also needs a ride.
That's true.
I mean, it's gonna be a team effort to get everybody home tonight.
We have 4 cars and 6 people.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure we can make it happen.
We can figure it out.
Sure, we can make it happen.
All right.
We can figure
Wait,
this
did
out.
we? People say we missed the super
benefiting
chat.
from it.
Did we?
I feel like that's plausible.
Tony, Zero, Blue, Damn it. Better gaming every day.
I think it was a while back.
I
Maxwell.
don't know.
Tell us which one we missed, and or just repost it in the chat. You don't have to pay
No,
again.
Maybe we didn't miss it. No, you
Doesn't
can
feel
stop
like it,
scrolling. I
but
think
let
you're
us
good.
know.
I think we're good.
I don't see any here.
Go back to all the way at the beginning of yesterday.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
we didn't super chat.
let's check them again.
Yeah, let's go back to the beginning today.
So the people from San Jose are really, really upset. Let's come back to it. Let's revisit this again. All right. Thank you, Blue. This is a correction. Missed a word in the previous super chat, Stormcast chat. A little of chaos or a lot. Great crew. Thank you for all the time and setting up of the community. Well, honestly, the community gives so much back to us.
Yeah,
at this point.
thank you.
We're
Yeah, we
really,
couldn't
really-
do it without the community.
It's been so much fun just hanging out with people, showing our hobby work, chatting, doing games,
Totally.
like being just in chat physically. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you, Swins. 2 weeks behind on streams, but heard about the announcement. As a glacial speed painter, any tips for speeding up or lowering my standards?
Airbrush.
Yeah, that's the hack, right?
Yeah, it's a good hack, honestly.
Just don't ever use your Shapty bone for anything. It's just not gonna get
But
the job done.
I will say, I was painting some cubs at the end of last night.
All right.
And I just laid on you Shapty Bone real thick.
Yep.
And
that's-
one thick coat.
So what you're saying is lower your standards as your.
One thick coat and I was done, Brian.
You were like, all conventional wisdom. Just gonna put that in my garbage disposal,
Made it a lot faster.
and speeds the process right up.
Well, at least you can
Don't-
put the models in there too after they're done.
Yeah, don't lower your standards, but like always have like a technique. So like this, I'm airbrushing. This, I'm gonna wash airbrush. This, I'm gonna dry brush. This, I'm gonna edge highlight. Like know your technique, and then you get to that point like where we got yesterday. The part that sucks is like the final 10% of the model where you're taking a brush, getting thin coats, and going in, being like, here's the rope, here's
Yeah.
the knife, here's the barrel.
That stuff takes
part
forever.
Is the part that sucks.
Because you can't really assembly line it, right?
Can't assembly line it.
Yeah.
Everything else should be a technique that you just like sit down. This is what I'm doing today. Boom.
You got to put some strategy into it. You really do, because you lose a lot of time just in the in-between switching
Yep.
and all that sort of stuff. And little efficiencies like the wet palette, just keep the paint fresh, keep it always going. You know, those little things cost you a lot of time,
Yeah.
right?
Good gear, and good techniques, and then the final 10% sucks.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Confirm that we did not miss a super chat.
Great.
Dope.
Thank you, Brandon. It's ironic that expensive Forgeworld models have little to no instructions. I got my Soul Drinker's falchion and kind of had to wing it.
I've got them without instructions before, but the instructions I found online by Googling.
There's a subreddit for this.
Yeah.
There is a subreddit that has the instructions
missing
for
it?
almost everything.
Well, but for Forgeworld stuff, it's like the Squiggoth was just all the parts just spread out and then
Not labeled. Yeah.
not labeled, and
Yeah.
then some of them had like arrows pointing where they attached, but that was it. That's it. That's the whole instruction.
It's hard to know where you have to cut sometimes. Like, is that flash or is that like part of the model? Because
Yeah.
it's so thick.
I've done that.
This is where YouTube like really like just there's somebody who's building that model on YouTube. Find that video, watch it 10 times, and then
Yeah.
you're good.
Famously, North Americans and like products from North America have way more instructions than Europe, though. Like if you order like
What are you trying to say here, Zach?
I'm
Look
not saying
like you.
one's right or one's
Huh?
wrong, but like it's for
You saying we're
pictures
dumb?
of, like children's toys from Europe, it'll be like a picture of the like thing how to take out of the box, and then like
How to take it out of the box?
two more steps.
Yeah,
and then
they
it's
are
like-
hard. They have trouble with boxes in the UK.
Excessive.
Just it comes out of the box.
Wait, now you're trying to say people from the UK are dumb?
No.
Brian
They
said
just
that.
struggle
Brian-
with boxes. They're really good with assembly, but the boxes
need the
perplex
help of
them.
It's hard for their fingers.
Yeah,
Tab.
because sometimes it's a tab, sometimes it's a slide. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta slide
You
it
guys
down.
are both canceled. I'm
Lift
sorry.
up the tab.
Thank you, Barnes. Literally have been watching less than 2 weeks now and love you guys. Aw.
Thanks.
Best of luck in everything. Good luck in your endeavors, Brian. Never stop doing what y'all love. It really shows. Aw, thank you.
That's the only reason we can manage to do this is because we actually love doing it.
2 years later, at least 3 days a week,
Yeah.
non-stop.
Yeah,
We're
you
like,
gotta
just
love
like,
it.
Maybe we should take a couple days off.
And then we're like, nah. let's instead do more days on.
You know what would be great? 2 full days.
Let's start a new channel.
Love it. Thank you, Barnes. Thank you, Meliodas, for the Raven Guard color scheme. You guys should do Bad Batch inspired dark gray,
Nice.
White face paint, and red markings. That's cool. Or successor chapter, Iron Ravens, which is silver, gold, red, and blue.
I like the first one.
Yeah. Have
is
you guys
cool.
seen the Bad Batch?
No.
I know what you're talking about. The Star Wars.
Yeah, it's a
animated-
Star Wars animated show that they just brought out on Disney Plus. They just finished season 1 last week, and it's like a super elite clone trooper squad that were all genetically like flawed, and it made them super good clone troopers, but it also made them immune to the like pre-programming indoctrination. So they actually, they're a bad batch. They went rogue and started becoming like good guy fighters. And so they all have kind of more scuffed up, more individualized trooper armor.
Yeah.
Lots of like red markings and things like that.
That's cool.
So it's a cool look.
I just, the animation style of that show, the shapes of people's heads and their
for you?
faces, I just can't.
Yeah, I will say that
See, now he gets it.
I just can't.
I will say that the animation style initially I wasn't a big fan of, and even watching I was.
Almost like claymation.
But it was super well done.
That's what I like about
The story was super well done. You should check it out if you have Disney Plus. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
check it out.
Around to it. And the Iron Ravens, actually, I think that was originally a custom chapter done by one of the heavy metal painters. Really, really great work on Instagram. Just amazing work. And I think they've developed into a real chapter over time. I could be wrong, but really cool stuff.
Neat.
Thanks, Davram. Love the past 2 days of streams. I look forward to the next. Did I actually miss one?
You skipped one, yeah. No, you didn't. You just didn't move the highlight. We're good.
Yeah. I actually knew that he was wrong, but I was just waiting for
But
him
you
to catch
didn't
up.
move the highlight, guys.
I've
We
done that a
would've lost
couple
it.
times now.
We would have lost
Let
it.
me do my job. I look forward to the next 12-hour stream where you unbox the Titan Watch army.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
It's looking like it
It will be
that
12
long.
hours.
Oh, no.
Well, it's going to come in pieces, though, because I know
We could save some of it up, though.
for sure I'm going to Seattle, and I will be picking some of it up while I'm in Seattle.
That is
Because people
awesome.
have messaged me, and they're like, oh, you're going to Charity Hammer. Cool. Can I just, can I?
Wow.
So cool.
And I'm like,
If you
yeah,
don't
sure.
know what this is, a bunch of the community has been getting together to build a Deathwatch army for us. It's famously an army that we've never gotten around to doing. We've talked about it forever, but never gotten around to doing it. It's a cool faction, right?
Yeah.
And so they've been getting together, and everyone's just painting different squads. And apparently, it's like a billion points.
They cut back,
Good.
I think.
That's a good idea.
Because it was...
It was getting
They
into the
had-
tens of
it
thousands
was
of
over
points.
10,000 points
Yeah.
of Deathwatch that people signed up for, and I think there was like a motion to be like, "Hey guys, let's be reasonable here."
Yeah,
Like we all want to send them stuff, but
we got to draw
cut
the
back
line.
a little bit.
Yeah.
It can't take up half the studio.
On a diet.
And the original idea was that the individual community members would each create a single model to represent themselves,
Right, right,
their
right.
own
Yeah,
avatar.
totally.
And
That's
so
awesome.
when we played with the army on the table, it'd be like
That's
we'd
the
be
guy.
controlling.
Here's
the army of all of
Jenkins,
you
yeah.
guys.
Right.
You know, Devram, we'd be like moving
Yeah.
him 6 inches, and he'd be
Right.
fighting.
He would just roll a 1 and die.
We removed Devram from the table.
And somehow that, like folks were like, I don't want to just build one model. I want to build a whole squad.
Everyone sends his captains.
Well, because you buy a squad. Like most people don't play Deathwatch,
Right.
so you buy a squad of Deathwatch, and now you have 5 models, and you're like,
What do I do with these other 4
"Can
guys?
I just send them all 5 models?"
Well, and it's
I
like,
don't-
well, they can't play without a Land Raider.
Yeah.
So everyone just added more and more stuff. But no, we really appreciate it. It sounds like a ton of fun. I've actually never seen this kind of thing done before, so it might be one of the first of its kind. And I definitely look forward to coming back to playing a big Deathwatch game.
It's going to be.
But
gonna
one of
be
the
fun.
rules is no basing, because the basing all needs to be uniform.
Right, right.
So
We'll make
I don't
Zach
know,
base it all.
You ready? You ready
gonna
to
do
base?
black-
Yeah.
10,000
black rims
points
for
of
it.
Deathwatch?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll do it on
We'll
stream.
do it on the
I
hobby
guess,
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for how many weeks though?
Yeah, I was going to say. That's a 12-hour stream.
What's the
right?
schedule looking like for this?
How are we going to decide if they're black rims or colored rims?
Oh, we're doing black.
Listen, we'll say
Looks like we've
no.
decided.
It's a 2-up black rim on a 1 goblin green.
Yes! I wanted to up with that.
We'll let the fate decide.
Yeah, but see now he's excited about black rim. You see?
Yeah.
We're gonna miss 'em.
Inspirational. Thank you, Gene Stealer John. Going to miss you, Brian. By the way, I didn't listen to your guys' advice and sold all my Gene Stealers to get a Primaris Exorcist army.
Okay.
Adrian, give me a sick 2,000 point Imperial Fists list before you go home.
He's not going to listen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Okay, what's the sickest fist list you got?
The sickest fist list I've got is 3 Redemptors.
Yep, pretty sick.
Unit of 5 Blade Guard, Chief Apothecary.
So sick.
Unit of Plasma Inceptors, just because they're good.
No, that's too sick.
Chief Librarian, Chapter Master in Gravis armor. 'cause
Ooh,
they're fists.
yeah. No, you don't. You know what? That's sick.
That's it. That's the dopest. And then you need something fast.
You need something with a chin.
But that you'd have to actually be fists to use the dude
Yeah,
with the
this
chin.
is Exorcists.
You can't actually use the chin.
Yeah.
But you could use him as the basis of your captain in Gravis armor, maybe.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's the chin. For
So
sure.
you convert that guy.
Yeah, and then something fast.
What's fast? Vanguard vets, Outriders? What do you mean?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So I'm torn because Outriders is the correct Imperial Fist choice, but Vanguard is the better choice. So
You
I'll
could
let
get those
decide.
30k breacher shields that they have. Ready to fist them out, you know?
Yeah, for
Wait.
what?
For your Vanguard vets.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So are Exorcists an Imperial Fist successor?
I didn't know if they were or not, but
okay.
maybe. Yeah,
It's plausible. I don't
super
know.
cool. All right, thank you, Keith. I was/am painting inside. So this is the
In the house, yeah.
Not like internally.
Yeah. Yeah, don't drink your paint.
I dropped my wife's Bluetooth earbud in the paint can. My plan is to paint a whole house before fezzing up to it. Pray for me. There's just this earbud at the bottom of the
Get
paint.
to the bottom of the
Yeah.
paint and it's like caked to the bottom.
Oh no!
That's definitely the plan. So that way, like, hey, honey, sorry I dropped your earbud in the paint can. But you have this great house that's all painted.
At least you're paying the house.
I would just not finish that can of paint and just kind of let it go, like bury it and be like, I don't know where that went.
Here's the problem though. If you had them and then you're like, I don't know where it went. It's still your responsibility.
Yeah.
So I feel like falling in the paint can while you're doing this chore is a better out than like, I don't know. You know? Like I feel like it is a better out on the scale of,
That's fair.
you know?
Oh, because he was using them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Makes sense. You know what I mean?
Or he just took it out of her ear and put it in the paint can.
He
Says
was,
he dropped it in.
he was using them
Yeah.
to listen to the live stream.
Yeah. So really, it's actually your fault.
So we might be inside of a paint can right now.
Yeah. It's still talking in there.
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello.
It might still work. I don't know.
Life. All right. Thank you, Crashing Adam. Hear me out. Brian on an island
All right.
has an occasional stream where he plays 40k on Tabletop Simulator to test lists chosen by vote. Good luck, have fun, Brian.
Yeah, a lot of people want you to play Tabletop Simulator.
You know what? I'll commit to giving it a try.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
That's fair.
It's been a long time. I wasn't actually planning on bringing a PC. Does it run on Mac?
I think so.
Because I was leaving my PC here.
It runs in VR.
It does run on. Well, yeah, I was playing Aeronautica. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It
Okay.
runs in VR, so you could just do it in VR.
That's fun. But my VR, I'm also leaving here.
That would probably run on a PC.
That runs on a PC
No,
also.
I mean, like you can do it in Oculus. Oculus has Tabletop.
Sorry, on the Quest, on the standalone device?
So, yeah.
That would surprise me. I doubt that. But funny enough, we actually are trying to think of content I can do from there.
We have several
Right?
ideas, actually.
Because maybe I can't play a game other than maybe Tabletop Simulator, but we can definitely do like, book reviews, tactics discussions, more like Q&A type things like this. We can definitely do things like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a way to shoot video, shoot little video.
Yeah, cameras. And
I deserve
Where
that.
Yeah.
were you going with that
I
question?
deserve that.
yeah,
What was the expected answer?
do you know those stupid Silicon Valley robots that you can get that like can
Yes.
be you at a job?
Telepresence?
The telepresence. We should get one of those that sits here,
Yes.
and I'll do the Q&A
Yes.
as a telepresence robot.
That's amazing.
You know, or like
Stuck
old,
in the corner.
like old '90s television shows where they'd have like a talk show with like a dummy robot with like an old
yeah.
CRT or like whatever the old tube TVs.
Yeah.
That we should do something more like that.
It's happening.
Yeah,
We're
put a sweater
definitely-
on a mannequin, big tube TV, then just dial me in. I'll do the Q&A.
This will literally happen.
Yeah, I think it will actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we
I think
have
one more came in.
Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Cool.
We're drawing the line.
Drawing the line.
This is it.
We got to answer this one quickly before there's more. Thanks, Cobra. Hi, Titans. Brian Kapla on your business. John, happy birthday, everyone.
Oh, hey, happy birthday,
That's
John.
right. Once
Yeah,
again,
happy birthday.
Oh no! Thank you guys. I
And
appreciate it.
Kapla to you as well.
Everyone, thank you for so much fun over the past 2 days. Much appreciation. Well, thank you, Cobra, for all your support.
Yeah, thanks, Cobra.
We did
did
it.
it.
Hello, what time is it? 10:38.
Look, we are almost
before
over
midnight.
by the exact same time as yesterday.
You know what? Yeah, it's about 13 hours both days. So,
One more. Oh.
what are you doing to us?
Brian, you were trying to close it out, but no.
What are you doing to us?
Airy, just wanted to say thanks for the awesome streams this weekend. Got a heap of hobbying done while
good.
watching.
Well, that was the goal, wasn't
that was
it?
the goal.
was the goal.
Honestly.
We got a heap, a giant size heap
Oh yeah,
finished. Really excited for that.
the giant size.
Productive all around.
That's great.
That was great. Glad to hear that everyone was also so productive.
That's true.
The pictures in the hobby progress on the Discord
cool
have been
to see.
super inspirational.
Oh, it's been crazy to see what other people have been working on. Kind of makes us look like we didn't finish much at all, actually.
We're chumps.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, right?
Yeah, what an amazing weekend. I really can't wait for us to do something like this again. This won't be the last time.
Oh no.
But it won't be soon. We definitely are going to need to
next
rest up. Yeah, what are you guys doing next weekend? I'll just cancel my moving plans. We got this. But yeah, thank you so much. Really excited. What a great weekend. Loved having everyone here. There's such a different energy, right?
Yeah,
When
it's
we've got
great.
this big crew. It's
exciting.
And really loved it. What an amazing 2 days. Such great games. And just so much cool stuff coming up, right? We've got the Orcs coming up next weekend, which is probably the most exciting Codex release this year.
Oh yeah.
Right? And that's, just the beginning. There's so much more new and cool stuff coming up. So if you haven't already, definitely subscribe. Check out Hobby Titans and join there too, because there's going to be so much more cool stuff coming. The channel's really just getting started, and all the best stuff's still ahead of it, right?
Yeah, Zach and I have a lot of really great plans for the next couple of weeks after this stream. We've both been kind of gearing up for this and getting excited and ready for it. But yeah, go over there and subscribe if you want to get notified about those videos.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're gonna end it there so that we can go and rest, and we'll catch you next time on the tabletop.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.